All right, so next on the show, we got this real estate wholesaling section. Now, I really wanted to make this a part of the content because I'm trying to build a possible Facebook group of real estate wholesalers. So, if you wholesale real estate, uh freaking comment below and I'll try to get in contact with you because I'm trying to get on my Zach Ginn freaking tip. You feel me? Zach Ginn, Flip with Rick. They work with wholesalers all over the country, and yeah, everybody's making money. So what's it called? If you don't know a little bit about what real estate wholesaling is, let's watch some TikToks about it. Because this is actually a really effective way to make cash.
Name and badge number, sir?
File a complaint for him violating policy.
All right, thank you. Name and badge number. Name and badge number, sir. Name and badge number. Name and badge number, sir.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Name and badge number. All right, you probably seen this all over online. Real estate wholesaling. Let's see. I'm gonna look up an explainer. Shoot. My bad, yo. All right, here we go. Shouts to Kang, bruh.
With a motivated seller. Step 2, Step 1 is wholesaling real estate explained under 1 minute. Step 1 is find a distressed property with a motivated seller. Step 2, contact the owner, negotiate a deal with them, and put that property under contract at a discount. Step 3, once you have that property under contract, you're going to find a cash buyer that's willing to pay you more for what you got the property under contract for. Step 4, once you find the buyer that's willing to pay you more for the property, you're just going to sign the contract over to them so they can now step in your shoes and become the buyer of the property. Then you take both contracts, send it to a local title company, they do all the work and they'll get you paid. Here's an example. Let's say you got the property in a contract for $100,000. Then you market it out and find a buyer that's willing to pay you $120 for it. And at the time of closing, the buyer's going to bring in $120. $100,000 is going to go to the seller. The difference of $20,000 is going to go to you. It's called an assignment fee. Info's there. The choice is yours. Good luck and let's go get this money.
Let's go get this money. Yo, shout outs to King Kang. Yeah, man, that's pretty much what real estate wholesaling is you find what they call a property or a motivated seller, which it actually is not just jargon, you know what I'm saying? A motivated seller or distressed property is well, I'll say what a motivated seller is. So a motivated seller is someone who is probably behind on their taxes. Maybe the house is like, it's distressed. If the house is in bad shape, the roofing, the foundation, plumbing, all that. There's also thing called probates, which is basically, if you own a house and you die, that house goes down to whoever you assigned it to in your will. And then basically people can reach out to them and ask them if they want to sell the house because now they kind of just have an extra house on their hands. That's kind of some examples of a motivated seller. Distressed property is like tall grass in the yard. It just shows that the house hasn't really been maintained or kept. So what you would do once you find one of those motivated sellers is you get in contact with them. So it sounds really like it's very matter of fact, like it's very literal. Like you get in contact with them and it's like, well, how do I get in contact with them? And it's like, well, figure it out. So it's like you can leave sticky notes on their house. Like, I'm serious, y'all. Shout out to Zach Ginn. Even though he kicked me out of his Facebook group, I still like the information, man. Thank you. You take a sticky note, but hey, I have a quick question about your house. Give me a call back and put your phone number, your Google Voice number. Stick it on the freaking mailbox, and that's it. It takes 5 minutes. It takes literally 5 minutes, guys. And what happens is if the person's interested, and this already happened to me twice, bro. Twice I got 2 callbacks. The person will literally take that sticky note, read it, and then they'll call you. And I really didn't even believe it could be possible, but it's true. So that's what I did. I went around my town, and you could do this anywhere in the U.S., y'all. You can do this anywhere in the U.S. Um, there are some cities that are better than others for it, but what's it called? Um, yeah, like just just try it, y'all. Go get some sticky notes. Put, hey, I'm interested. No, I'm just playing. Don't just try it. But that's basically what real estate wholesaling is. Once you get in contact with them, you go, hey, what's up, man? I buy houses. I'm interested in your house. Are you interested in selling? If they say yes, then you go, all right, cool. You get what's called MTCP. MTCP. Motivation, time frame, condition, and price. And that's basically how you structure the conversation. Like, when I first started doing this, I was like kind of like tripped out because I was like, how do I cold call these people? And I'm like, I don't know them. There's random strangers. Um, Yo, what's good? No alliances. Hey, from politics to real estate in a month. Oh, this man is hilarious, bro. Yeah, sure, man, sure. Um, yeah, guys. So, what's it called? Yeah, so you get in contact with them. If they want to buy the house, oh yeah, MTCP. So you get your motive. You basically structure the conversation with them like this, like, okay, hey, how's it going? All right, so you're interested in selling. Then you go, why are you interested in selling? Um, uh, yeah, so you get their motivation, like, oh, I'm going on vacation, or hey man, I just hit the lottery and I'm gonna move to Florida. So you get your motivation, and hey, you getting blocked, bro. I feel you on some hater vibes. It's all good though, bro. Everybody's on hater vibes these days. I'm on some new energy, bro. I ain't messing with nobody who's trying to be my fake supporters, bro. If I feel that fake energy, bro, you getting blocked straight up. If you're my family, if you're my friends, if you're a fan, if you're a freaking voter, I don't care, bro. We on Garrison time these days. But anyways, um, that's how it is, bro. They try to bring you down, bro. They try to bring you down when you on top. Um, let's go. Hey, let's go. I'm ready for it. Let's go. You just met the right one. Um, yeah, so you get your MTCP, you get your motivation, and then you get time frame. And time frame is all right, so you won the lottery, you're gonna move to Florida. Uh, what's it called? How when is this? And then they go like, hey man, I'm probably gonna move in, 2 months or whatever. So then you have your motivation, you write that down. They won the lottery, they're gonna move in 2 months, and then you need condition, which is of the house. So it's like so it's like what's the condition of the housing, and the properties that you want to target on real estate wholesaling is the distressed property. So 9 times out of 10 10 times out of 10 you do not want a house that's in good shape. You want a house that's in bad shape. So you want to get the condition, the roof's broken, needs new plumbing, and the foundation, whatever. Then you get the last thing is MTCP. Then you get price. Then you get what's the price that they what's it called? What's the price that they want for the house? So they're like, hey man, I'm going to Florida. Um, I won the lottery. I'm moving in 2 months. The house is not in the best shape. You know what I'm saying? And I want 50,000 for it. Sorry, y'all. It's been a long-winded, long-winded explanation on wholesaling, but it's all good. It's all good. So once you get MTCP, then you're like, all right, cool, and then you hang up. And you're like, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna, talk with my, business partners, and I'll give you a call back if, we like what we see. So they go, hey, yeah, that's cool. And Ratia Gabala Kukubatina. Um, what's it called? Yeah, so then you need to do comps. Um, comps is what's it called? Comps is basically you have a house and then you're gonna wanna try and see how much you could sell that house for. So if there's a house to do comps, you would get the prices of the houses next to it. And you use sites like Redfin and Zillow and basically like say you have like a 2 bedroom one house, right? You would try to find, 2 bedroom one house, 1,000 square feet. You would try to find a 2 bedroom one house, 1,000 square feet, the other houses with those same dimensions in the area, see how much they sell for, and then there's like a little you do like the average, I think. So if this house sells for 100,000, this house sells for 60,000, the other house sells for 70, um you do that average. I believe you do the average. Remember, we're gonna fact check all this. We're gonna fact check all this. I just don't got that much time right now, guys. Um, what's it called? So then you do the average, and then you find out how much you could possibly sell the house for. So now you find out that Cody wants 50,000 for his house, but you find out that these other houses, you could sell this house for 80 grand if it's fixed up, right? So once if it's fixed up. Um, so then kind of this is where you find out where you can make your money. So you have a house you could buy for 50 grand distressed, and you could sell that same house for 80 grand uh fixed up, right? Renovated. So then you go, all right, I'm the real estate wholesaler. Let's see. If it's gonna cost me, let's just say it cost me let's just say 10 grand to fix the house. So this house is gonna cost me 10 grand to fix. That puts me at 60,000. I could sell it for 80K. That puts 20 grand profit, right? And this is real money. This is real money you can make, guys. So then here's where the magic happens. You have to find your cash buyer, right? So then you go, hey, cash buyer, um, I have this house that I can sell to you for $60,000. Um, it's it needs $10,000 in renovations, and you can sell it for 80K or whatever. So then he goes, all right, cool. Um, and then he goes, what's it called? Um, what's it called? Then he goes, all right, cool, I'm cool with that. So then what you do is you go to the owner of the house. You go, hey man, I'm gonna buy your house for $50,000. And then he goes, all right, cool. And so he writes a check or you write basically you get under contract. I'm sorry, this is where the contracts come in. You get him under contract for $50,000, and then what you do is you go to your title company and you mark that up, right? And then you sell it. The title company will handle this, but you get it under contract for 50,000, and then you go to your cash buyer and you sell it to him for 60,000, right? So then you just made $10,000 in profit. Now this is real money, guys. This is real money. You just made $10,000 in profit. Um, what he's gonna do is he just spent 60K, right? The owner of the house gets 50, you get 10. He has his house, he puts $10,000 into it. Now he's in it for 70K, but he could sell the house for 80K, right? So then he puts 10,000, he's in it for 70, he sells it for 80, he makes 10 grand, you make 10 grand, and the owner of the house, made 50,000. So everybody makes out, everybody wins. This is it's a real business. It's a real business. So um Rakara la ko hukumatine. um what's it called? Yeah, so that's basically a long-winded breakdown of real estate wholesaling. Let's see what the comments say. How do you make a contract? What if you don't find a buyer fast enough? Right here, what if you don't find a buyer fast enough? This is why it's actually smarter to work backwards. Um, so I have a team right now. It's me and two other guys. We're actively working in, a market. And yeah, so that's a scary question. It's like, what if I get this house under contract? What if I got Cody's house under contract for 50,000, and this house is supposed to close in 30 days. I don't have $50,000. So I need to find a cash buyer to pay him that 50, right? So, what do? You work backwards, y'all. You work backwards. So instead of trying to find the distressed property, instead of trying to find a house first, you try and find a cash buyer first. It's literally that simple. Literally that simple. Um, so there's websites, the number one website, most people use is PropStream. Shout outs to PropStream. Then there's some new ones that are popping up too. And some of them you can even get free data. How do you find all these cash buyers, the homeowners? It's all just from data that's on these companies. I mean, it's on these websites, and you just pay for it. So this is why if you're gonna get into real estate wholesaling, I not suggest, please get another job. You have to have something else on the side. Um, you can do this with zero money, that as they say. You can do it. Don't get me wrong. But I think, if you're gonna try and take this serious, any real business has a constant flow of cash being basically pumped into it. That's what they do with all these, Netflix and all these, Spotify's. They just pump cash into the business, even though it's not profitable, and then eventually, back to the reaping and sowing conversation. Um, so what's it called? Yeah. So yeah, work backwards. So you can get your data. You can go to Fiverr. People on Fiverr will do this. Just type in real estate wholesaling. Cash buyers, real estate wholesaling. What's it called? Distressed properties. Because you can get vacants. You can get all these different types of types of properties. They got the vacants. They got the what is it? Tax liens. They got the code violations. So you can get a list of a ton of people. I get lists of like 1,000 people, and then I have my boys. They cold call these people. Hey man, you want to sell your house? No. Hey man, you want to sell your house? No. Hey man, you want to sell your house? Yes. Okay, cool. Blah 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 blah. They go into MTCP, and then it's kind of what we do. But back to Luis's question: what if you don't find a buyer fast enough? So what you do is you cold call the buyers first. You're gonna want to get this list from Fiverr, um, and you're gonna want to cold call it. Either you can even hire virtual assistants on Fiverr. Um, so have them cold call. And that's what I do. I hired a virtual assistant off Fiverr. I got all my data off Fiverr, and then I just have them cold call either the cash buyers or the homes themselves. And so that way you'll always have cash buyers. Get a huge list of 1,000 cash buyers, have them get called, and then you build your connection. And there's a whole way to vet the cash buyers as well, because they can steal your deals. Like, that's something I want to talk about as well, is getting your deals stolen. But I don't want to spend too much time on this, because we do got to get through the rest of the show. But this real estate conversation will become a mainstay of the Hooligans podcast, because not is it awesome information, but you can literally change your life. That's what I hear with this. If you get a house sold, you're making at least 10K. There's a bunch of hoops you got to jump through, but I started trying to do this freaking like 3-4 years ago, y'all. So it's never too late to start, and don't worry about how long it's gonna take. Just get started, and your life's gonna continue. So you're gonna be working on this, a little bit of life's gonna happen. You're gonna continue working on this, a little life's gonna happen. So it's not as you guys aren't as far behind as you think. But definitely acquire the information first. Let's see.
I'll take it off your hands for just $100,000. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't. So you're the kid who wants to buy my broken down house. Yeah, I'll take it off your hands for just $100,000. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think you have $100,000 laying around. You're like 18, right? Yeah. Just sign this contract and I'll get the property off your hands. Hey, house flipper, I actually have a property under contract and I'll reassign it to you for $150,000. Do you have any idea how much that property could be worth? That's a great deal for me. I'm all in. Looks like we're back in business. Here's your check as promised for $100,000. Whoa, thank you. It looks like I was wrong to doubt you, but where'd you even come up with this money? Oh, I just wholesaled your house to another investor and made $50,000 in profit. That's some good stuff, kid. Where'd you learn how to do that? Oh, that's the easy part. I just follow Bam Josh. So you're the kid who...
Bam Josh, bro. He knows the way. He knows the way. Um, yeah, it's literally that simple, y'all.
Here's how you fill out the contracts when you're wholesaling real estate. First thing you're going to fill out is called the purchase and sale agreement. This is the agreement that you have with the seller. First line, you're going to have the date of the agreement, the seller's name, your name. This says and or assigns, that gives you the right to make an assignment fee on the deal, the property address, any property included in the sale, the purchase price, and the closing date. Second page is simple. All you have is the inspection period. That's how long you have to back out of the deal. So if you can't find a buyer, no harm, no foul, baby.
Now, if you can't find a buyer, it is a harm and a foul because you're making the real estate wholesaling industry look like a-holes, and also just that's terrible due diligence. Like we just talked about, find your cash buyer first, y'all. Make some connections. Hey man, you buying a house? Hey, you buy houses? You buy houses? Yeah, bro, I buy houses. Heck yeah, I'm an investor. Of course I buy houses. And they're all right, cool, man. What do you? Because let me just I forgot I forgot to mention this is that you get what's called their buying criteria or a buyer's box. Hey man, you're a cash buyer? Oh shoot, what's your buying criteria? Or hey man, can you send me your buyer's box? Which is basically, what they're looking for. I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, one house, in freaking Massachusetts or whatever. So if you can, then you're on a quest. You're like playing a video game at this point. You go, you get the assignment. Hey man, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 4-house. I can pay up to $1 million a property. All right, cool. Now you know what to look for. Now when you're marketing, hey man, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, one house, blah blah blah. You find that person, you're already in. You already have a cash buyer. So that's basically uh that's how you don't lose out on your properties. Get your cash buyer first, and you don't make the whole rest of the industry look stupid.
I ain't losing shit. And then basically,
By the way, if you're on TikTok, shout outs to my TikTok fam. You guys can live stream with me. I'm on my H3 tip on YouTube, so I got the whole TikTok plan. I got the share. Yeah, youtube.com/hooligans. Hey.
even have to get this one filled out because we got buyers on deck. But if you want us to, you just sign. Now, if you're a Discord member, we'll actually take this and you have to back out of the deal. So if you can't find a buyer, no harm, no foul, baby. I ain't losing shit. And then basically you just sign. Now, if you're a Discord member, we'll actually take this and sell this for you. So you don't even have to get this one filled out because we got buyers on deck. But if you want us to show you how to fill this out, comment part 2. Here's how.
All right, so in his Discord, he's got buyers on deck. So yeah, I mean, when you're first jumping into this, it seems like a lot, like because it is a whole lot of money, it's a whole lot of information, and it's like what the heck. But here's the thing: if you have a good deal, it's gonna get bought because if it's a deal, that means that there's money on the table, and people are going to want to make money.
Here's how you fill out the contract.
So let's watch one more video on this. Let's see.
Wholesaling is the most unethical business practice in the real estate industry. Now, before you get too defensive, let me explain to you why it is. So what is wholesaling? Wholesaling is essentially finding off-market properties and negotiating with a seller a lower price that you can then go and sell it to an investor or a home buyer at a higher price, and then you collect that difference by assigning the contract to a new buyer. It is without a doubt the most unethical, immoral practice in real estate that exists. Why is that? Because you are taking market knowledge, something you have that you know a property is worth a certain amount of money, and then you are going and convincing someone to take a price that is far below that value so that you can go and earn the difference. One of the biggest reasons real estate agency, realtors, were introduced to the markets in the early 1900s was to actually defend against practices like this, so that if I have the knowledge that a home is worth much more than what a seller will sell it for.
All right, hold on. This dude's hating on real estate, bro. He's hating on real estate wholesaling. First of all, he's saying that if you have of a property that this home is worth, and that's what business is, bro. Think about the fashion industry. If Gucci is going, hey, I can get this this Gucci sweater for $10, but I can sell it for 10,000. Is that an unethical way to sell clothing? because I know that this Gucci sweater is only worth $10. By the way, the information he's trying to say that the real estate agents are good guys and that's why this was invented, which it may or may not be. But I will say this. The principle applies to the real estate agents as well. They have information that the homeowner doesn't have, and so they're able to screw over the homeowner. And by the way, if you make an offer and someone else accepts, there's no scamming in that. That's not a scam. I want to buy your house for X amount. And if the homeowner at this point with internet, because the fact that the internet exists totally blows this guy's point out of the water. Every single homeowner has more access to information about the value of their home now than ever before in human history. So, if this guy has a Lamborghini, right? If this guy has a Lamborghini and I go up to him, hey man, I want to buy your Lamborghini for $100, and he says yes, that's not me being unethical. That's us making a deal. And if he thinks he got scammed, then that's his fault because he sold his Lamborghini for $100. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to say yes. He wanted to sell his Lamborghini for $100, and also maybe the Lamborghini, maybe he's moving. Maybe he got a Ferrari, so he doesn't really need the Lamborghini. Let's keep watching.
For, I can go and represent them for a flat fee or a flat percentage and then go find that higher offer in the marketplace so that that person can make as much money as possible. I take a little percentage and then I move on to the next deal. Yes,
I take a little percentage. By the way, the reason why people even consider wholesaling in the first place is because real estate agents don't take just a little percentage, bro. Take like 6%, 3%. Um, that adds up, bro. If the house is 100,000, well, if the house is 100,000, I'm pretty sure it works out to where you can save more money from wholesaling your house to a wholesaler than as opposed to a realtor. I'm being honest.
I make far less per deal. However, it benefits the general market and the general economy much more. When you do wholesaling, you are going in and taking advantage of people. You are predatorily going after people that do not know their home's value, and you are taking advantage of them. To me, that is one of the worst things you can do in business, and it's absolutely one of the worst things you can do in real estate.
Look, user says literally this is how every single business in the world works. You just said what I said, yo, for real. Tell me you've never done a wholesale deal. Nah, yeah, all right. Cause this dude's bugging, bruh. This dude is straight bugging. Um, Wait till he finds out every industry does wholesaling. Yeah, nah, this dude's bugging. He's bugging because he's saying that the idea isn't to take advantage of homeowners. The idea is to do a business deal and to get as low as price possible, which is the nature of business in itself. Um, what's my comment gonna be? No one, no one has to say yes. I don't know. Stupid, freaking stupid comment. Just a stupid comment. I'm not saying nothing. That's stupid. We're gonna keep it pushing.